Hello everybody and welcome to a spotlight on Clipped, the duck that lost its wings. Also known as ducking over it? Shooting over it? We'll see. I would continue, but that would do literally nothing other than skip the intro cutscene. In which case, let's show the intro cutscene because actually it's quite funny and it's quite good. So, what is this game? The game is about a doctor clipping off the wings of a duck so he can't fly anymore, and he falls down the sewers, and you'll see. You need to get back up. It's a getting over it type game. He wants us to quack. Quack, quack. Quack indeed. The first little bit of the game here is quest, go outside and fly. Press that button, just the right button. Both the W and the arrow keys work for some reason, which is quite fine. So we try to fly, and we fall all the way down, and it's actually a different gun this time. Huh. So the gun you get is randomized. I'm assuming that it's only a skin thing, but now that we have a gun, we can kill the doctor. But firstly, we need to get back up to the surface. Quest, get revenge. So what you do is you can click to shoot, and the longer you hold, the higher you shoot. There is a maximum to how long you can hold it, and then it just automatically shoots. I fucking hate the music in this game, by the way. It's stupid. But this is the entire gameplay loop, so this might not be a very long video. But as you can see, this is the end of the first screen, so what is a smart idea to do is just like shoot yourself up a little bit, check out your surroundings, and figure out that you need to shoot a little bit in that direction, and you miss. You're gonna miss quite a lot. That's like the main, like, that's the thing with these types of games. You're gonna fall down a lot, and that is okay. It really isn't. I'm not good at these types of games. I'll tell you that right off the bat. And since the game isn't that deep to begin with, I again don't think this will be a very long video. But so far I've made it way farther than that. I don't know why I'm messing up this much now. Probably because I'm talking. It's really difficult. So a couple of things that might be, like, I don't want to say important, but might be neat to pay attention to here is obviously this is a game that was at least inspired in gameplay style by Getting Over It, which might not have invented this genre, but definitely like popularized it a while ago. The main difference here though is that when you shoot, I'll show you, when you shoot, could you hear me pressing the buttons there? You can't do anything, shit. You can't do anything until you land. Even in midair, you can't shoot again until you land. So the moment you take off into flight, into the air, you're pretty much just hoping that whatever you wanted to do is gonna happen, because there's nothing you can do about it. Unlike something like Getting Over It, where even if you fall down, you can frantically swing the hammer around in the hopes that you'll catch on something and not actually fall down. Not so much here. This is, you get your shot right and that is about it. The flip side to that is that getting a shot right is so much easier in this game than it is getting an obstacle right and Getting Over It. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. I think this is the farthest I've gotten so far. Oh, no, okay, I lived. Sort of. I don't think this game will be very... God damn it. God damn it. It's designed in such a way that if you fall down one of those slopes, I think you always fall down back to the start of the game. Which I mean, there is safe areas. There's definitely a couple of safe areas because we did just fall down a moment ago and didn't fall all the way back down. But I feel like you're probably gonna fall all the way back down more often than not. And honestly, the game isn't that difficult. The thing with Getting Over It and a lot of the games like it is that they're actually, god damn it, never mind. Is that they're actually really, really difficult. Even though the controls are very easy. It's the execution of those controls which is difficult in this game. And that's not the case here. At least not as far as I can tell. This is just frustrating. It's not that frustrating because the controls feel like you have a lot more control over it. But as a result, I think the main draw to this type of game is also a little bit lost on this game here. So it's got positives and negatives. I'd say this might be a good introduction, a good gateway into this genre of games. Which, does it have a name? Climber games? I'm going to call it climber games. This might be a good introduction to that type of game, and or that type of gameplay style and that genre in general, right? So it does have a place like that, but honestly, maybe I'm not giving this game enough credit. Maybe this game gets monstrously more difficult as it goes along, and I just haven't gotten there yet. Because as you could see at the start of this episode, I'm only 6 minutes in. I have played for this recording for about as long as I played before this recording so far. So that's under 15 minutes in total. So maybe there is a lot more to this game. I feel like there probably isn't, but benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt. Ooh, that was close. So I don't know, you can't see my cursor. There is this sparkly thing up here. I'm assuming that that's going to stun me and be a problem if I hit it. We're going to find out someday. Maybe. Or not. I don't know. Again, I do think that because you don't have any control over your character once you leave the ground, which is fun in a way, but it also feels like losing is a lot more of the fault of the game not giving you the opportunity to recover. Whereas in things like getting over it, or I'm gonna just say getting over it because there's a million games like it now. But in games like that, right, you usually feel like it's your own fault. And while in a general sense you do also, at least I at the moment, feel like it's also my own fault that I'm falling down, I do think a little bit more recovery time wouldn't be a bad idea. But that probably comes back to the fact that I think this game is not as long. Which is to say, there's not as much content in this game as God damn it. As Getting Over It, which is a fairly lengthy game. Not only because it takes a while to do any obstacle, there's also just a lot of obstacles. And falling down in the intro cutscene, it seemed like I'm already about halfway there. As far as my highest record goes, right? So that means I probably could beat this game in an hour and a half, 2 hours. Whereas Getting Over It, I mean, yeah, you can speedrun it in 6 minutes, but your first playthrough of that game is going to take you 12 hours probably. So that feels a little bit like artificial difficulty to me, in the same way that the original Mario Brothers and the original Crash Bandicoot, those kinds of games were artificially difficult to lengthen game time. And that is kind of the whole stick with with this type of game, because like I said, Getting Over It, you can definitely you can fuck yourself. Okay, never mind, I have been corrected. You are not always doomed. You're not always doomed when you fall down. Still, there's nothing much you can do. Maybe there is something you can do. Maybe you can shoot while you're rolling down those things, or when you land. Okay, I'm gonna try that, because certainly I'm going to fail again at some point, right? And I'm gonna try to shoot. I might forget to try to shoot. I did not forget to try to shoot. Yeah, you definitely can't do that. If you allowed me to shoot, that even could have a risk-reward kind of thing, right? Because if I shoot when the duck is upside down, I only shoot myself down more. Whereas if I shoot at the exact right moment, I have an opportunity to save myself and get back up. I think that would be a fun addition to this game. That also kind of would defeat... That also kind of would defeat the unique point of this game, gameplay-wise, I suppose. But I think that would be worth it. But that is maybe just a matter of taste and not like anything objective game design wise. Obviously in game design there's, I don't want to say there's no such thing as objectivity because some things are just objectively bad. The things I'm discussing here do not fall under being objectively bad or not being objectively bad. This is all down to taste, and that starts with, do you even like this genre? Because if you don't, you're gonna hate this game, I'll tell you that much. Then again, as I said, this could function as a gateway into the genre, I really feel like. So if you hate the genre, maybe it's worth giving it a try, because it still can be a lot of fun. Okay, this one's a little difficult. Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna die again. I'm back down to the stars. I want to make it through that screen, man. That's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna make it through that screen. The last screen I was just on before I died. And then I'll end off the Spotlight video. Because I do think that at this point you have more or less figured out what this game is all about, and it's fairly cheap as well, I should mention. I don't know the exact pricing of it at the moment. I'll maybe like put up a title like on screen at maybe the start of the episode. Maybe I should just do that for any game I talk about. But the issue is that obviously over time, prices can change and sales and stuff. For instance, I think this game, as of me recording this, don't know when it's getting uploaded, but as of me recording this, I think this game is on sale for like 70% off, in which case it's definitely worth it. Is it worth it if it's not on sale? I don't know the pricing, but I do remember it being very cheap. So the answer is yeah, probably. Because you're likely to get like an hour or two of entertainment out of this, at least. Define entertainment. Suffering, definitely. Entertainment, I mean, if suffering and entertainment are close to each other for you, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, it's not as frustrating of a game because, unlike getting over it, you feel more in control because the controls aren't as weird and slippery. The controls are fairly straightforward. It's just, you're a loose cannon. You're literally a loose cannon because you're using a shotgun. So it's kind of hard to gauge how far you're going to fly, depending on how charged up you are. But if they had like a charge meter, that would make the game ridiculously easy. So probably a good idea that they did not do that. And I'm going to shut up for a moment and try to get back up there, because now this is being an issue for some godforsaken reason. Another issue I have with the game is the tilt of the gun. As you can see, it does like, what is that? Like, this is down, and you have 1, 2, 3, and now 4th. So there's 4 stages between a 90-degree angle. So that's what, like 45, there's like a 20-degree increments or something like that. It would be nice if this was 360 degrees, just for a little bit extra accuracy. Again, you could argue that that's part of the control scheme and the game design, but you could argue that about everything. I do think it's a little bit annoying, and also it doesn't really work half the time. And, well, maybe it doesn't work half the time because you also can't shoot up. Which makes a lot of sense, because you can't shoot when you're in midair, so why would you even want to shoot up? You wouldn't, that's the answer. No. That is such a difficult jump. It's insane. I'm gonna make it. Sooner or later. Probably later, rather than sooner, because this is taking a while. Okay, I made it. I made it to this thing. Next screen. Let's see what this does. That does nothing. That's just background elements. Okay, that's good to know. Scary. Okay. I think we're almost at the end. Oh, no. we're so close to the end. You can definitely like get back to the top, and I don't know if there's any more after that within like half an hour. Oh my god. That's been clipped. And I'm a vlogger. And you have been awesome. And this game can go die in hell. It's fun though. But it can go die in hell. Bye.